The effects of withdrawal. The effects of withdrawal from alcohol started when I was about 21. I drank what I would say steadily, not too much more or too much less than people I used to work with. And I started off really at that age with a bit of I would say a cloudy head, if that makes sense. Not a massive headache, I never had massive headaches. Just a little bit detached, a bit, I wonder what happened last night, is everything all right? And I think, well, where's all that cash gone? I'd always have a pocket full of change, because when you've had a few drinks, I don't know if you've noticed, you always give a note out. You can't be bothered to count all the change out, can you? Especially in a busy bar. Oh, there's change. And I had a mate who was a little bearded chap. We were in the police together. And he used to say it's called drinker's pocket, which is when you have all the change from the night before. Incredible, really. So the withdrawals, anyway. A bit of a headache, a bit of nausea. Because I was young and fit, I used to just pick myself up and crack on. I wasn't drinking during the day then. Although after some shifts I'd have a little drink, we all did, most of us had a quick drink after work. And then the withdrawal sort of got worse as I got a bit older, in my late 20s and early 30s. I wasn't drinking anymore, but I was getting more tired. It's a natural progression, isn't it? You're not as fit when you're 30 as you are when you're 20. That's just life. And then I started to feel a bit rough and managed to get myself to work, do a good job. I kept on a good career, to be honest. Bit of a fight though, 'cause I had to plan my day, I had to plan my drinks and make sure I got to bed on time and all that sort of thing. It's hard work being a drinker, really hard work. So I progressed from there when I was on my days off, drinking a bit more. And then when I had to go back to work the next day, I felt a little bit shaky. That was withdrawals. Because of the job I had, I couldn't have a drink. I was sober. And it lasted all day. Sometimes this feeling of just being generally unwell and a bit of malaise and just not feeling right, to be honest with you. And I retired after that, and then I started to drink more. My life just fell apart, as most do when there's a heavy drink involved. And then I noticed the withdrawals became more acute. And because I didn't have to work, the hair of the dog came in alive, and I used to call him. So I'd get it whenever I got up, and I'd think, oh God, I couldn't even bother going in the shower, you know. But some days were worse than others, don't get me wrong. And then I got used to this, maybe having a glass of shandy or something, because if you have a cold beer when you first wake up, it's pretty awful, to be honest. And I used to just be sick, cough up bile and all that sort of thing, you know. My health was deteriorating, I just couldn't find a way out. So I went to doctors a couple of times, and I got this pill called diazepam, which she said was alcohol in tablets form. So I'm going to give you a schedule of how to take it. You know, a 7-day period and how many tablets you've got to have. And she opened this drawer in the surgery, and there must have been a photocopy about that thick of individual sheets. And I said, well, what are all those for? There can't be that many heavy drinkers in this town. They said there are thousands. A lot of people are on this pill, on this medication, diazepam. So I took that. I basically rested for 7 days. I just stopped drinking, basically, with these tablets. But they were what helped me get off initially, because prior to that, I tried to stop cold turkey and I had a seizure. So I was always very wary about cutting down or stopping. I tried to taper off a few times, but it didn't work. But after those pills, I was great. I had a couple of years off, sober, got myself right, I was in my mid-40s, and I was enjoying life. And then I started on the dating scene again. I thought, I'll just have one drink. I had a few bottles of Stella in this cupboard I had. It was 2 years since I had a drink. I'll just have one. I feel really good, you know. I've been exercising, been pretty fit and whatnot. And I had this one, and I had another one. You know, went on this daft date which didn't materialise. Then I thought, well, I'll have a couple of more drinks. I feel I'll be all right. Next day I thought, well, I haven't been out for ages. During the day I'll go off for a couple more. Within 6 months I was in a mess again. with the drinking, with the withdrawals got worse, so I started to have the hair of the dog again. I wasn't eating properly, so I trotted back to the doctor. I started drinking again. Oh, okay, right. Same thing. Diazepam. Great. Marvellous. I wasn't addicted to it. I'd only had it twice in 2 years. Same procedure. Got the sheet of paper. You take so many. What you do is you take so many on the first aid and you taper off the pills, a bit like tapering off alcohol. It basically stops you having a seizure. I was so worried about another seizure, you see. So I did that about 2 or 3 years off, started again, because I thought, oh, I'm really in control this time. Let's give it another go. I want to be normal, as I used to put it. Get the boozer, see who's in there, see what the crack is. Because it was a big part of my life, drinking, as it will be yours if you're watching this video. But then again, the withdrawals got worse the second time around. I didn't find out till later that every time you stop and start, it's much worse for your body. So I was shaking more, I wasn't eating properly. I still drank to self-medicate, to get myself in the shower, get myself pulled together. Went back to the doctors again, had another session of these pills. I thought, I'm going to make a real crack at this. I moved house to a really quiet spot, and I thought, I'm going to really, really dig into this and get myself pulled together. So in my 40s. So I thought, brilliant. I did 8 years. 8 years sober. I was at the gym a couple of times a day. I'm not some sort of man mountain, you know. I mean, the gym as in going there for a social thing as well. Bit on the rowing machine, bit of weights, going to the jacuzzi, the sauna. It was healthy. Go to the shops at night, get some nice seafood and, you know, salads. I was looking good, feeling good. Going on holiday with my daughter, doing all sorts of things. After 8 years, I met somebody, and I didn't want to tell them that I was an alcoholic. I started again, didn't I? But I didn't really want to. I felt really worried by it. So I had one can, a very weak lager. And if you remember, Skull lager, it's only about 3%. So I thought, well, it's bound to just buy this. I'm not really an alcoholic. I can drink, you know, a little bit. And it transpired that I went to this house one night and I said, oh, I can't drink because I'm driving. People owned the house. I know it's a 7-bedroom house. You can just stay. And I thought, oh, God, have a drink. So another 1 or 2. Anyway, went to the south of France, started to drink a bit more. And then I drank for 5 years. And in 2019, after that 5-year period, I was such a mess. The withdrawals had become much worse. I was drinking every day to try and get myself started, because when you're in this withdrawal phase, when you go back after relapse, you withdraw all the time, really, because you get up. If you haven't got any alcohol in your system, you feel terrible. You can hardly walk. So I used to have a can of beer by the bed, which is absolutely disgraceful when I think back now, you know. But it was the only way I get out of bed. I wasn't looking after myself. Wasn't caring for myself at all. A lot of my money was going down the pan with getting beer deliveries, and all this sort of thing. And the withdrawal was a long thing then. It never got any better. Because in the old days, when you had withdrawal time, you'd kick in, so it would kick in, you'd get back to normal again. When you're in the phase of what I would call dangerous drinking, the withdrawal lasts all the time. And then in the end, as I said, I was admitted to hospital in 2019. There's a few videos on that on the channel, but you've got to watch it, or it'll creep up on you. It creeps up on you very quickly. It's called the silent killer, you know. Liver problems and alcohol-related disease, not just the liver, it's all linked with heart attacks, strokes, you know, high blood pressure, this sort of thing, kidney disease, pancreatitis. A lot of cancers are linked to alcohol use. So you've got to watch what you're doing. I'm not here to preach, as I said. I'm here to try and give you some warning signs, and there is a better life out there. I'm going to put a link to another video in the description section. There's plenty of other videos on the channel if you want to have a look at them, look at those. And if you enjoy the channel, please subscribe. Any questions, drop me a line in the comments box. I'll speak to you soon.